Well, that was the police speaking just a little while ago. With me now is Aliou Tanko from the BBC's Hausa service. What is the latest in terms of actually understanding a little more clearly what actually happened here today?
Yeah, looking at the magnitude of the attack, it was during a school assembly in the morning, and this Boko Haram member, so to say, or a suicide bomber detonated the bomb, and the casualty figure is at 47 at the moment. However, looking at what's happening in the hospitals now, there are no equipment in the hospitals. Some of the injured, about 79, are being treated on the bare floor. Some of them are sharing beds. So the attack is devastating, and there is high tension and fear among people in northeastern Nigeria and Nigeria in general about safety of schools.
You talk about the devastating nature of the attack and horrifying images, and we're seeing a few of those on the screen. And of course, these only the sorts of images that we can broadcast. A terrible, terrible scene there. Tell us a little more about the bomber, because we believe he was dressed as one of the students, wasn't he?
Yes, he disguised as a student, and of course, you know, during morning assemblies, almost all the students are at the assembly ground, the teachers, you know, the heads of the school, they are all there. And schools in Nigeria are not properly secured. And look at, you know, he targeted the assembly for maximum impact. And just a while ago, the BBC Hausa service spoke to one of the persons that this attack directly affected. It's a man that lost his junior brother. He was on his way to office when he was called upon that there was an attack in the school that his junior brother goes. And when he went there, he just saw the dead body of his junior brother with one of his legs chopped off. So that's how this issue is. And of course, you know, in northeastern Nigeria, millions of children don't go to school. And with Boko Haram attacking now, so many others will not go to school.
We've seen them attack girls. We've now seen them attack boys. It was only a few weeks ago it was being talked about potentially some sort of agreement with government. That looks nowhere near coming to fruition as we speak. Why have the authorities struggled so much to actually combat this group?
Well, two things. Number one is the Nigerian government at the initial instance was not very serious. It's not seen as serious in tackling the issue of Boko Haram insurgency. It was seen as, you know, a small group that can be crushed anytime. Then, secondly, the issue is the Nigerian military is ill-equipped and they are not motivated. So when Boko Haram members attack, even the civilians are fleeing and the armed men are fleeing. So at the moment, you can see that everyone is helpless. And just recently, about 300 Nigerian military officers went to Cameroon you know, crossed over to Cameroon when Boko Haram attacked Adamawa State. So this is to show you how the military is not ready to face the combat.
Aliou, thanks very much for the latest details on that. Thank you.